Please welcome the chick of my dreams, my wife, Marjorie. What's up, girl?
Good, I'm good.
I cat her everywhere. This girl
Look at
right
that
here.
man over there with them sexy legs out.
Yeah. Yeah. If I get my stomach to look like my legs, we be on to something.
Hey, I like it. Hey.
We're gonna take some questions in a minute, but what would you say? What's been the key to our success?
The fact that you respect me and I respect you. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's been like a. I think what happened to me and Marjorie was we got together at a point in our life where we had both failed at this miserably. And it just wasn't, failure wasn't an option anymore. But when you get it, sometimes you gotta get it wrong to get it right.
Well, once you get it wrong, you learn from it. You apply what you learn, you move on.
Okay, so we got some people here, it's a couple here who want some help. Where is Floyd and Treese? All right, so what's going on, Treese?
Hey, Steve. Hey, Marjorie.
Hi, how are you
Okay,
doing?
so me and this handsome thing been together for 2.5 years now. About 2.5 weeks ago, we decided to pack up and move from Cleveland, Ohio to Los Angeles, you know, to follow our dreams. It was hard because, you know, leaving my family, my friends, my job, everything, you know, it could be a lot. But overall, I love him. You know, that's my baby. You know? So in the end, I do want a long-term commitment. It may not be today or tomorrow or this week or this year, but I'm keeping hope alive, making sure our relationship is doing good, and, you know, we following our dreams. But Marjorie, for you, when you first started dating Mr. Harvey, how did you know that he was in it for the long run?
Okay, hold on. Before you answer that, let me hear from Floyd. Floyd, what's going on?
So my thing right now is that I'm super duper scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm 22 years old and I love her. I love her to death. I believe that she's my soulmate, but there's something like deep down in this little thing right here, and I think it's fear. So my question to you, Steve, is how did you know when you were ready to commit to the woman of your dreams?
Marjorie, you want to start?
Okay, well, first off, let me just say this. You have to trust yourself. As far as when Steve and I got together, he had a whole nother idea of what he was planning on doing after his divorce. He was planning on having a arrival and departure to schedule on his door. And when you got there, you signed in, you saw what time you got there, and then the next one, she'd leave, and then the next one come in.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
But my name's not going to be on that list.
Right.
So it's one of those things. Once you know what you want, and if he wants you, then he knows what it's going to take for you.
And that's what I call a very soft threat. That ultimatum was because what actually happened was she was in my place in New York. My phone rang while she was over there asleep on the couch. And the phone rang, and it was a girl. And I'm over there against the window at my desk talking, but I hung up. I didn't know she heard it. So I fell asleep, and then I heard some noise in the hallway about 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was her with her coat on and her bags packed, and she was rolling them up the hallway. And I went in there, I said, hey, what's happening? She said, I'm going home. When you're ready for something special and real, you come get me.
If I'm still available.
Yes. Exactly.
If.
So I had a flip phone back then. What did I do with the flip phone?
Broke it, threw it. Woo.
I
Like,
took
girl,
that
was
phone,
you.
I snapped that phone in half at 3 o'clock in the morning, threw it on the ground, put it in the trash. But see, Floyd, let me say this to do. You kind of got yourself in a tough spot. She gave up everything to move out here with you. Family, friends, comfort. Fellas, you gotta stop taking women all the way up to the door.
Right.
Cause they gonna wanna know where the rest of it at. Yeah. And now you scared to death cause you 22.
Yep.
But she right.
I'm 22.
But
She came all the way to L.A.
Yeah.
She came
That's
all
true.
the way to
And,
LA.
That's very true.
You know, it's been a lot of things, like, you know, negative things that's been trying to hold us back. But we pray every day, you know, we read the Bible every day. You know, we want to be better, like losing our stuff on the way here because we drove here. We lost, like, everything. So, like, you know.
Lost the stuff.
Yeah, all
it
our
flew
clothes.
off the top of the car
You know.
on our way here.
It flew
Yeah.
off the top of the car.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff that's been trying, but we're strong
We've
and
been
we're
making
happy.
it
Yeah.
happen.
So, you know.
So what you gonna do? What you gonna do, sir?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make her mine. Like, for real, like, I know deep down, like, I do want to be with this woman for sure. I want her to have my kids.
Ooh.
So we gonna make that happen. And I'm gonna put a ring on it, and I'm gonna do what I have to do to commit to this woman because I don't want nobody else to have her.
Okay,
For real. And I want to have her for the rest of my life.
see, here's the deal. Your question was, how do you know
When?
when and she's the one? It's very simple. If you can't breathe good when she ain't around, she the one. If you miss her, if you go somewhere and wish she had came, she the one. That life for me, it ain't gonna be good without her. That's all you want. You just want to be somebody.
Yeah.
Can we help him buy some clothes?
Ken, what? I knew you was gonna. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
So we're gonna help you guys get back on your feet. We'll help you buy your clothes that you got lost.
Where did I meet you? First time we met.
Memphis,
Where?
at a comedy club.
She came down front with her girlfriend.
Yeah.
When I saw her, I quit breathing.
He stopped the show, actually, and he just kept staring at me. So now it's kind of awkward because it's a little bitty comedy club.
Hey, it wasn't that little.
So he stayed quiet so long staring at me. Now everybody in the club is looking at me. And so he finally realized, okay, I got to say something. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to marry her. Mwah. But he didn't do it right then. He should have. He should have. He wasted a whole lot of time.
Okay. All right, welcome back, everybody. Look, I don't really spend a lot of time on the internet. I really don't, but my family usually fills me in on everything I need to know. Marjorie ran across a story that when I came home, she wanted to tell me about it, and then she wanted to share it with you all, too. This is a segment we created called This Is the Way We Met. So before we get started, please put your hands together for my chick, Marjorie. Yeah. All right, so what you got, baby?
Well, darling, you know I live for a good love story. So, well, there's an Instagram feed and also a website, and it's called The Way We Met, that shares an endless amount of these types of love stories. So recently, I came across a couple named Matt and Laura. Now, they've only been married for 2 years, but their love story, it spans over decades.
Decades.
Decades. So please welcome Matt and Laura right here.
Okay.
So, Matt, tell us how you guys met.
Sure. So Laura was actually born in New Delhi, India in 1993. And her parents, who were working over there at the time for the U.S. government, found her in an orphanage. And luckily, they adopted her and brought her back to the United States and enrolled her in a preschool in Phoenix, Arizona, where my parents had just enrolled me. And so we met in preschool. We don't remember the exact moment we met. Yeah, So I don't remember the exact moment we met. We just remember being really drawn to each other, and yeah, that's when a relationship was born. So
Laura, you guys have stayed friends your entire life?
Our entire lives, yes.
Now, Matt, what was it about her that stood out?
You know early. in
right,
preschool.
yeah. Wait,
Come on.
You know, in preschool.
You have to.
Yeah.
we knew early on. I
Look
mean,
at
I was always drawn to her infectious energy, even as a kid. She still has it now, but she's always had this fantastic smile. She's the happiest person I know, the most sincere person I know.
little earlier.
I should have found you a
Yeah,
little
you
earlier.
should have found me a little earlier.
Yeah. Well,
But you know what was crazy, though? I did, because she actually lived in Cleveland when I was there, and you worked at a dry cleaners on 123rd. That was the dry cleaners that my family used to go to. I never met her.
It was my cousin's dry cleaners. That was my summer job.
But I'm 7 years older than her,
16.
so that wouldn't have been good. Now, this is what I just found out. You proposed to her in preschool?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
that's
did.
right.
We don't really remember like the time that he proposed, but he definitely did. And I told him we need to wait. We need to slow down. This is too fast.
Said we should wait till we get older.
We should wait until we get a little bit older.
We need to slow down. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no job. We ain't got nowhere to stay. We ain't got no car. We ain't got no driver's license.
Just
we
like
don't
that.
have a Social Security card.
But you know right off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way.
So I took her advice and I waited a little bit longer. So.
Okay, I want to introduce you to the woman behind this beautiful collection of love stories, The Way We Met. Say hello to Brooklyn Sherman. Hi, Brooklyn.
Hi.
So let me ask you a question. What made you create this website?
I think that we live in a world where there's a lot of heaviness in the news and around us. And as you can see, you know, by Laura and Matt, how much joy their love story brought to the internet and to the world. You know, I just think there's so many amazing love stories just like that. And I think at the end of the day, the most important thing in this life is loving and being loved in return. So,
Good.
Wow.
And who doesn't love a good love story?
Thank you very much. That's really cool. I want to say thanks to our amazing couple here.
Yeah, thank you.
That's an amazing story. And I want to thank my bad chick right here, Marjorie, for being here. Thank you, darling. Really good. Hey, we'll be right back, everybody. Hey, you made it to the end of this video. I got a lot more that you're going to enjoy, so just click to watch the next one. And make sure you subscribe to always know what's happening.